It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego politico, yeah, yeah. My ego don't come, oh, yeah, yeah. This one not the off in mind, oh, yeah, yeah. My ego don't come, oh, yeah, yeah. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh, yeah, yeah. My ego don't come, oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar, just they get it higher power. Over naira. See them talk say, make we off mind. But thank God say, my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't the politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my egun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my egun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, my egun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Bó bá ṣe é àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Mayegun diary politico. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. sì ló bá rúfin o. Máyégún àmì. Àní ẹ̀sùn ráyè. Máyégún.
Igomina kówó jẹ, Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn raki, Máyégún ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tó ń gba rìbá, Máyégún. Hello there. Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. This is Máyégún, and this is live. Yeah, for those who are watching it live. But remember, as you are joining or tuning in tonight or this hour, please read beyond just the caption of the broadcast. Read the description of the broadcast. Like it. Share it. The broadcast, of course. So invite your friends and your not so friendly friends. Tell them all that Máyégún today, and we are starting from Portharcourt Rivers State this evening. You see, RAT got disgraced again. The last time we saw RAT got so disgraced, embarrassed, was when one MC in Delta State, while he was meeting with the supposed midwife, nurses, or whatever, and students in Delta State, and this overzealous MC started singing, "Now our mama be this you, they don't get another one." You remember? Anyway, I'll remind you.
Oh, we don't get another one. Now our mama be this one. We don't get another one.
Now your mama be this one.
Only Remi Tinubu.
Now your mama be this one.
Now our mama be this one. We don't get another one.
Now your mama be this one.
Now our mama be this one. We don't get another one.
Now your mama be this one.
Now our mama be this one. We don't get another one.
Now your mama be this one.
Only Remi Tinubu.
Now your mama be this one.
Mama Nigeria. We know.
Your mama be this you. Now, the latest one is from the River State women who are so pissed that Tiflumbu's wife, RAT, took a program to their state, and it is a program to empower women. That's what she's doing. Empowering women. I don't know what she's empowering them with. But somehow, things escalated so quickly. After everyone came in, settled down, and RAT was to speak. From that moment, it was just like it was pre-planned, premeditated, the entire hall, full of women anyway, right? So the entire hall rose and they started chorusing, "Give us Fubara." Sorry, "Give us a sin. Bring back Fubara." Some said the reason why the women became aggravated was because Remi was there, the wife of an election stealer, an illegitimate president of Nigeria. Then they have another illegitimate, illegitimate administrator. So an illegitimate president of Nigeria removed an elected governor, replaced him with a sole administrator that is not recognized even in your own constitution. It's not recognized by any of your law. So making it like two illegitimate first ladies, because Ibas is already acting like he's the governor of a Rivers State. Here you get. He's been making proclamation, declaration, sack, ayah, and all that. And I bet his wife is also parading herself as the first lady of Rivers State, because she was the one to welcome Remi RAT to Rivers. You see, all the time when you read about what's going on in Rivers State, right? It is like an it's like a never-ending sort of like a story or drama. Okay, so in the last few days, the rumors out there were that seamless Fubara had went back to his boss, his estranged boss, with a Wike to apologize and seek peace. It's rumor. There's no confirmation of that. I've heard it. You possibly have also heard it, Abi. They said they went to plead with Wike so that he could return earlier than what Tinubu planned, because according to also from the grapevine, they believe that there is a plot to ensure that Fubara never returns, except if he takes the last condition, which is accept all Wike's proposal, apologize to him, right? And then just finish whatever is left of his 4 years and never seek a second term. A condition that some said Fubara had accepted, sort of. Now, on the other side, every day, Fubara's supporters, right? They are either on the street protesting, or they are on, any media platform, disparaging, kind of like berating the supposed illegitimate sole administrator in Rivers State, Ibas. So I think things got to the head, right? In Portharcourt today. And just like we witnessed in Delta, well, the women in Delta State possibly now have used one stone to kill two birds. Somebody said use one stone to kill two bitches, but that I didn't say that. I read that somewhere. So that they used one stone to kill two bitches, or not, two birds, right? Two illegitimate birds congregated, convened in a hall to give themselves this sort of like ego massaging sort of movements, right? And that got ruined. And it was also recorded. And that's where we're going to go now. Let's go to Rivers State and see all the dramas, right? How it all started and how it ended as well. I think I've got I've got you covered on that. Let's go to Rivers State.
Beautifully created, wonderfully made by God, loving, blessed, hardworking. I greet you all.
Was how parties scattered. So it was then the turn of everybody to just leave. So after the women created the scene like that, the message was passed very well. So they left the venue.
Give us him. We want him. Give us Fubara. Give us Fubara. Only one first lady, and that is Lady Fubara. We want him. We want him. We know. My government promotes me. I need to come back. We want him. We want him. Our president is supposed to address us. Oh my God. We want him. We want him. We don't if not be binary, nobody again. Impostor. Who is that impostor? Yes. Ibas' wife is addressing Rivers State. Who is she? Back your Lord, madam. We don't want you. Let me talk. We want you. See, today. We want you today. Yesterday. This time, may you come back. We need Mrs. Remi Tinubu to come and address the women. She is the one we have waited for. We don't need the wife of a stranger. And Sim, we want Sim right now. Sim should come today, not tomorrow. The Rivers women, we are yearning, we are crying, we are receiving back our government. We want Sim. Yeah. We want Sim. No, she should be first lady. She should go to Calabar for that first lady. We want Sim. But this one tell us that we don't give us up. We want Sim. We want Sim. We want Sim. We want Sim. Now Sim we want. Now Sim. Now Sim, but not be that one supposed to be.
That's him we want. Fubara, is it alright?
We want our governor. We don't want Ibas and his wife. Let them packet our governor. What the fuck? Anyway, listen.
Why are you outside? Why are you outside?
We are outside because we were deceived yesterday. They told us that the amiable governor of Rivers State, Mazi Fubara, wife is hosting the women in the event center. Only for us to come here and see one contact panel human being who I don't know. A wife the addresser. What right do they have to address her? They don't have any right. We want see who we want. Either this or this. But she cannot address me. That is why we left the hall.
Thank you.
Apostle. So here is the breakdown for you to understand what is really playing out, okay? Tifnumbu, BAT, Remi Ahmed RAT. You see these two couple, these two people, they are the most, I want to pick my word very carefully so that I don't use any wrong one, you know, like there's no wrong word though, right? I want to say they are actually the most detested couple to be in charge of that contraption ever. I don't know how many first ladies, who's even the ones who are like their husbands were like horrible. Yeah. People never really get to remember what the first lady was like that much until Patience became your first lady. Patience, Jonathan. People didn't vote for Tinubu to be president of Nigeria. All right? He snatched it. Now that he has the power, he has made the life of an average Nigerian like what's up. Like really, really what's up. So there is no giveaway. You know, there's no incentive that you can say, well, even though they killed people just because they want to rule Nigeria, husband and wife. They were so desperate. They were so mean. They are so like, you know. Okay, fine, you have the power. Here we go. You know what I mean? Like, everything is now becoming like, you know, coming back together. There's no corruption. There is no profligacy. There is no abuse of power. There is no, you know, and then your economy is like picking up little by little. It's coming back to normal. People are beginning to like get back to work, you know, electricity is beginning to stabilize and all that. A lot of people will just use that incentives to forget about the bloodbath that brought in Tifnumbu. But no, they made your life worse. So in Rivers State, Tifnumbu removed their governor, declared a state of emergency. And out of over 8 million people living in Rivers State, he couldn't find a single person, even if he's a retired general, being a retired Air Force, something anyway, within Rivers State, somebody from Rivers State to be the sole administrator, at least something to kind of, placate them. He now went to Cross River State. So the women in River State are so pissed that rather than solve any form of political differences that led to the tribal sort of like prejudices and all that against themselves, right? It has made it worse. Did you hear the women now? We're saying that come they go, come they go. We want Fubara, or bring back Fubara, come they go. Is and then they were the last lady who said they were deceived that even though Tinubu's wife, RAT, was coming to Rivers State, but their own governor's wife, Fubara's wife, was the one organizing the event. They didn't put Ibas' wife there at all. It's only for them to get there, and then they found out like they were deceived. So they just staged the walkout. You want to see the woman that's the supposed first lady of Rivers State, that the women in Rivers State are totally like against? She still addressed the remainder of the audience. So she didn't leave. RAT left, but she stayed.
Good morning to you all. I am delighted to meet with you today as a representative of the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Remi Tinubu, who has graciously asked me to stand in for her. In the last couple of months, she has embarked on a deliberate pan-Nigerian journey to pursue the implementation of sustainable development goals of the current administration. Our First Lady, in recognizing the strategic roles of women as pivots in the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Tinubu, who today...
Fellow Nigerians, this is just the beginning.
So that was how that went. And that then become the second sort of a disgrace. Because it's like, if they respect Tinubu, or respect, like if they respect BAT, that respect to somehow rub on RAT. And as RAT called Ibas' wife to deceive Rivers women, that is, she's organizing this, and then the women discovered that they were lied to. Out of respect, they will still wait, maybe just put in a complaint and say, oh, we don't like the way, but we respect you a lot, you and your husband. There's no respect for them. And that's why some people are believing that, hey, 2027, hey, they want to see how they are going to really pull it off. If things continue the way things are right now in the contraption, they want to see how the rigging is really going to work, and how they are going to really sustain it to remain in power if people revolt. Indeed, like if they revolt against them and say, you know what, let him come and rig it, kind of. Because these are the couple that people know that they are criminals. Husband and wife, they are both criminals. And I'm not saying this out of, like, I don't like them. Because some of you will look at me and be like, especially if you are new on Mayegun's Diary Political. They are criminals. And there is evidence of that, by the way. So we are waiting for the rest of the unredacted, documents on Tinubu to be released by the DEA, CIA, FBI. Initially, they said it was going to be today, but no. It was Nigerian media that got us all pushed out, right? So it is expected to be released or to start releasing it from, I think, July, ending of July. That's what we had. So you get to see it. I'll share it out with you, all of you here, because I have seen a lot of those documents of drug dealers of Tinubu. And guess what? As they are laundering money, drug money, RAT was involved. So they are criminals. They are not supposed to be in charge of anything than maybe the prison dormitory or prison toilet, prison kitchen. That's where these guys were supposed to actually be thin, to be doing something that you say, oh, it's not just for them. But unfortunately, Nigeria is a crime scene. Nigeria has been captured by different kind of criminals, political, political, spiritual, and then, religious, tribal, you don't name it. The entire place is controlled by different kind of criminals who continue to maintain their territory. In the crime den that could make a drug dealer, I wanted to say former drug dealer. So now what you have in Nigeria is that Sade can lock up your entire shop in your state if she feels like you are being stubborn. Sade, he can kidnap you and beat you up if he feels like you are trying to stand in his way for whatever he wants. Like father, like son. In Papa was shocked, right? He was shocked to the marrow that the Afenifere won't endorse him. Afenifere Yoruba social political group won't endorse Tinubu or start because they know him very well. They know him. They know what will happen to that contraption if Tinubu should be your president, and everything they projected or predicted, it's happening right now. What did Tinubu do? Tinubu broke a long time socio-political group. He broke it into two factions within a week and forced the hand of a near demented 97-year-old former leader of the group and brought him back to say he is still the leader now. 97 years old man. And that one now said he has endorsed Tinubu. So that's what Sheyi did 2 days ago when he kidnapped Isa Atiku Abubakar, right? Because Sheyi wanted the presidency of NANS, the control of it. And according to that guy yesterday, I'll show you. According to this guy yesterday, you see all this injury, they were inflicted on him by Sheyi Tinubu. Simply because, number one, he was not supposed to become the leader of Nigerian students. But somehow, they managed to maneuver Sheyi Tinubu's candidate of NANS. Sheyi Tinubu. Then he now invited this new guy. Hey, come. You are not supporting my daddy. You don't support Ashiwaju. That is why they told me that you are against Ashiwaju. You are not promoting Ashiwaju. You are not supporting us. And the guy was like, why would I be supporting something that I know is detrimental to the well-being of the majority of us? Your papa know to do well. So what do you want me to be supporting? Meanwhile, those before him, those before him, they have always been like playing balls. You see them inside the Aso Rock, singing the prestigious boza for Tinubu. But for this guy, somehow, he won't play ball. Well, that's what he told us, Sha. Here you get. So the next thing, they just took him straight up. He said he was offered 100 million naira. She offered him 100 million naira. He rejected it. And then what followed it is this image of a young man that is likely going to lose his eyes. These eyes that you are looking, this eye is likely going to go blind if proper medical attention is not given to him. The president's son kidnapped the president of Nigerian students. Millions of them. It's been over 48 hours now. They've been to different media places, but that's the most they can do. Nothing else. I know some of you are like in your 50s and 60s or so now. You just look back and be like, if anybody have tried that with any of our this, wala, aluta, go share, aluta. Okay. That's no longer the case. So the point I'm trying to make is that whatever it is that you see about Tinubu and his crew, their criminal enterprise, the state capture that everybody talks about, yeah. No matter what you have seen so far, I will always love to remind you all that you haven't seen anything yet. I don't know how to explain that to you, but you would know what impunity means, right? Like that guy said yesterday, president of National Association of Nigerian Students. He said Sheyi told him that he will kill him and nothing will happen. He will kill him, they will kill him. And even if it becomes a public, he will direct the police IG to dismiss the whole thing investigation. And if the police IG refuses to obey him, he will lose his job. Another person will come in and do exactly what he wants them to do. Yeah, that's impunity. It's unfortunate too, because I was sort of saying that to myself, like, why didn't this guy just, at least for the record, go to the police and report this abduction? Because abduction is criminal, isn't it? Sheyi Tinubu now came out and he was like, no, he's trying to defame me. God, something like, God forgive you. I was like, a crime has been committed. This guy was tortured, right? We've seen all these wounds. And if indeed they are inflicted on him by the thugs, sponsored by Sheyi, that means a crime has been committed. And therefore, that must be lodged. Like, you have to file a complaint. You have to report it. It seems the guy feels like, well, there's no point in reporting it. That's what you call impunity. You will see naked impunity, like something that is like, when it's naked impunity means they will do this impunity, sort of like they would, like act this impunity in such a way that they will be so shameless about it. Some things that some of you will be like, man, that one is too low, Sha. That's very low of you. They say, no, there's no bottom that they can't reach. That's the kind of impunity you are going to see. So embarrassing, so disgraceful, and all of that, cringy too, because you are going to sometimes, I don't know if you do that already, they're going to be wondering, like, what kind of a country is this? Why are these people like this? And they won't have any shame for it. So you're going to witness the, institutionalized impunity. You are going to later realize that Sheyi is an institution. He's not just a son to Tinubu. He is an institution whereby a whole ministry, more than one, maybe one or two or three, they are going to build them around him. They did it in Lagos. The whole about 2 ministries they built around him. You see those who are like the commissioner in those ministries or those working in those agencies, they are working for him. That's what you're about to witness in Nigeria now. And similarly, you're going to see that of Shade. So Shade herself, from Yaloja of Lagos to Yaloja General of Nigeria, she has upgraded. So now, any market that she's interested by their design, Shade is the head of all market women in Nigeria. No matter where you come from, whether you have any part of Nigeria, Shade is your woman. And there is no process that made her than she inherited Yaloja of Lagos from her adopted grandma, right? And then when she died, she inherited it. She became Yaloja General of Lagos, all markets in Lagos under her. So when Tinubu became your president, Shadi upgraded too. He became Yaloja General for all the markets in Nigeria. If you want to find out, I don't say, see, you remember when they used to say Edo is not Lagos, and Edo market women protested. The Yaloja of Lagos cannot reach Edo. And I don't hear the latest. They will never protest again. Shade did there. Shade is an institution. That is what Tinubu does for our family. There are those who believe that as near demented as Kolu is, RAT is the one behind the power in that place. There are those who believe that too, but I will hold the Kolu responsible for everything. I'm not going to point fingers at somebody else and say, oh, you know, Kolu is not Kolu it is his wife. Oh, it's not Kolu, it is some people. No. Everything starts and ends with him. Do not join the bandwagon of those who are going to excuse, you know what I mean, don't. But there are people who believe that they are institutions. You understand? And you know, the toughest part, for those of you who are watching this now, right? And you are hearing this for the first time and you're trying to process it like, I don't understand. What is he saying? Like, I don't understand. But here is how you are going to understand. In Nigeria, the past criminals, they will come in with their own bag and baggages. Here you get. They will then privatize, depends on which office, if it is governor or if it's president, right? They will now privatize the commonwealth of the people for themselves and their cronies. And the moment they are done with that place, like either they are like removed or they finish their time, they will pack everybody, all of them will pack and move. An example is, I mean, have you not seen those who are with Portharcourt? Did you see them anywhere again? They are gone, including the remnants of those they appointed in different ministries or what have you. Their remnants are being uprooted as we speak now, right? Everybody is gone. You will not be able to remove one single strand of anything planted by Tinubu, even when it's no longer your president. That's how they do it. You understand that now? Their own kind of impunity is institutionalized. So when Tinubu is no longer your president, you see all those things that you thought were Nigeria. That is why you say Nigeria only. By the time they are done, you will discover that they are no longer owned by Nigeria anymore. And if you want to do Shakara, we need to, you realize that they've actually amended the law that made it law that it is his own or whoever he willed it to. So you will, anyway. The other part though is, I think it was like a few days before, it was a few days before they kidnapped Nan's president. Shore was somewhere. And he was talking about how the National Association of Nigerian Students as a body has now become an appendage of the political class. There's nothing called Aluta anymore. Okay, there is still Aluta, you know, spelled differently, right? A-L-U-T-A, that's Aluta, to fight injustice. Aluta, A-L-W-O-T-A, right? That means Aluta, continua. So those are the cash activists. You know, they call them the human rights cash activists. Under the cover of activism, right? They are in bed with the same oppressors, just looking for a crumb, wherever they can get. That's exactly what Shore said Nans has become. Guess what? 2 days later, the president of Nance was kidnapped by the son of your president, or more. Everywhere still calm.
Vibrancy that we left on campuses will be continued. And I say that also because of NAS, the National Association of Nigerian Students, of blessed memory.
R.I.P.
Not afraid to say that. Because today, NAS has become an affiliate of the Nigerian presidency. In fact, it is unlikely that the next NAS president, or whoever is NAS president, is a student anymore in Nigeria. A friend of me and mine told me like 3 days ago that he's inaugurating himself as the president of NAS in Abuja. Once I read the news that Tinubu has gone there to disrupt the program. But the question I asked him is that I've known you for almost 15 years. His name is Atiku Abubakar Issa. He said, Issa, what are you still doing on campus? Is it a traditional rulership position or a chieftaincy title of your family? Is it that you cannot find an undergraduate who is between the age of 21 and maybe 28 or 30 who can be NAS president? The reason being that when I became the president of the Student Union at the University of Lagos, I was 21 years old. Yes. Now, don't be asking my age. Because I might end up becoming the president of NAS if I go back to study law. And you must accept it. But if I do, they are in trouble. But the reason I'm saying this is not to challenge you in a way that will hurt you. It's to challenge you in a way that we can all be thinking creatively together on how to put young people and the students back on the front pedal of the struggle in the country. Because without students and youth in this country, Nigeria may not have had even the little independence we have. In fact, the first political party in Nigeria, which was formed around 1925, was the Nigerian Youth Movement Party. In those days, the people who were fighting and running Nigeria were in their 20s. Today, the people who are running Nigeria are in age that you and I cannot tell. Anybody who knows you that he knows Tinubu's age is lying. I'm sure you say Tinubu doesn't know the age of his father. Tinubu is probably the same age as Methuselah in the Bible. Atiku, who is supposed to be Israel, is also some very huge age. All of them are the top. In Nigeria today are people who ran Nigeria when your father and my father were teenagers. Vibrancy.
Right. But she was mad because I had to go and really watch that Issa Atiku's video. And honestly speaking, how is that guy still a student? Director's Court. How is that Issa guy still a student? That guy looks like he will be like 51 or something. I was going to put it on the screen anyway. That video is sent out yesterday. But I no longer have it in there. I have it on here. The guy looks.
If he does something good, I will promote him. We will support him as the president and commander-in-chief. But where else, you cannot say I should keep quiet. I won't do that. That we couldn't settle. And they felt that I'm being stubborn not to accept money and to come to Lagos without accepting money and going back. So they planned my abduction, and on the 15th, I was abducted. Of April, I was abducted, struck naked, beaten seriously.
Look at this guy.
In collaboration with the MD of NTA. The MD of NTA, I was packaged to NTA to make involuntary statement.
Anyway, well, I mean, we can still sort of like ignore that. Also, we can acknowledge that without also ignoring the infraction against him. Sure, mad, gosh, you know. Anyway, Let's go to something else and leave Tifnumbu, Kolu and his family. Balentagbo, Yawe ento gogoro, Omawangbo wota, Elefeshu labule. Here is what this guy had to say. Akim Baba Ahmed, who worked with Kolu, his own advice is that Kolu should not contest in 2027. Okay? Atif Kutu should not contest. Why? Yeah.
Did you request to meet the president?
No. It was offered, but to be honest, I suspect when I said to the person, if I do sit down, I might say to him things that he may not be very happy about. I think they developed a cold feet. Because if I did, I would have told him exactly what I said in that open letter to the president. Mr. President, please don't run again.
Why? I mean, what gives you there are those who will say, what gives you the authority?
It's not authority. I'm making a request showing. I'm not giving him instructions. I remember I said, I would have said, Mr. President, please don't run again.
Why?
Because I think that first he has become a president. So that's settled. A lot of the people who are now, including President Tinubu, quite possibly, want to be president just simply because they want to be presidents. We had the case of Buhari, perhaps even the Vice President Atiku's multiple attempts at becoming president, maybe primarily driven by the desire to be president, finally. And so, because there were better things that he could do than to be a president of the country. If he spends the next 2 years of his life doing the things that he ought to have done that he hasn't done yet, or improving on what he has done, and then, like I said in my letter, look for a younger person, more energetic, healthier, more focused, more committed to the future of this country. Find, even from your party, find someone that, a group of people, among them, younger people, the kind of people who really feel the pain about what Nigeria is today, the kind of people whose children are just growing up and they can look at them and say, what will happen to my child or my grandchild in the next 20 years? The way this country is going downhill, consistently going downhill. There were a lot of educated, very patriotic Nigerians who desperately want to be part of the future of this country. Trust them with power. You've done your bit. And so you don't need to run for another one. Spend the next 2 years fixing Nigeria. Fix the economy as much as possible. Fix insecurity.
So you think that it doesn't have the capacity for the next 4 years after the initial 4 years?
Well, it's not so much that he doesn't have the capacity. I don't know what would happen in future. I haven't seen evidence that the last 2 years have prepared him to continue to govern for 6 years. But even more importantly, he doesn't need to be president to actually do something good for this country. If he draws the line at 2027 and prepares his party and the country to vote in new set of people, everywhere APC governor stands down, use your power and influence, get them to bring out younger people, a lot of people with energy, commitment, passion to fix what is broken, which is this country. History will record you as the greatest leader.
Would you like him to have taken that choice of...
I did you
say? Kò ní ìdí ká kọrin Ògúndé Yorùbá sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀wẹ̀ ní bọ́ọ̀lù fàyàráyé ó gbá wọn sísàlẹ̀ ó gbá wọn sódò. Ọ̀rọ̀ orin kọ́, ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀tọ́ ni. Ó tásìkò náà tá a máa gbà á. Ọmọ tó mówó wálé ni bàbá àti ìyá ẹ̀ máa yan rìn. Agbára yìí kò ń ṣe fún Òkè Ọya nìkan. Tí ò bá sí àwa èmi tí ń dúró wájú yìí tí ń lérí ogun. tí ní òkè Buhari nìṣó ká máa bá lọ. Kò lè di president. Ó ṣe kìíní olùlẹ̀. Ó ṣe kejì olùlẹ̀. Ó ṣe kẹta olùlẹ̀. Ó tiẹ̀ sunkún lórí tẹlifíṣàn. Pé láyé o.
Sorry if you have not seen that video before. It's just a flashback, like a response to what Baba Hakim said. That was me trying to bring that back to remind everybody how desperate, how determined Kalu was when he was plotting to hijack Nigeria. He invested everything. It was like somebody who pack everything he has and just put it into a bet and say, Omo, if to say everything plotted and planned, everyone paid, everyone bribed, compromised, if to say they all developed cold feet at some point that they didn't deliver, if Tinubu don't die now. For that 2023. They invested in it. They emptied Lagos, no be joke. You know? They paid everybody to the last. Every person that must be paid to ensure that the compromised election, everyone delivered. And they delivered. I will believe, because it's your president today. So that was the video he made during the time he was speaking to the delegates, APC delegates in Abeokuta, Ogun State. And he reminded all of them that he has been serving all these guys. I've been pushing this one to be this. I was the one who made the Buhari president. That's what he said in that video. Now, this time around, if they now say, okay, it is the turn of the Yoruba, and when it becomes the turn of the Yoruba, it is his own turn, my turn. Na me be the, na me go take anything where they won't give Yoruba. Na me, it's me. You know, and then, yeah, the rest is history today. So Baba Ahmed spoke further in his advice.
What about other politicians?
Absolutely, because I was going to ask you. You were asking for younger people. Does it affect Atiku too? Would you say Atiku also should stand down? You've not spoken about Atiku. Why are you singling out Tinubu?
If I have a chance to sit with the Waziri of Adama, I would say to him, sir, he might know a little bit better than I know Tinubu. Sir, you've done your bit. You've held up the democratic process. You represented it well. Your name has been written in gold. You've been persistent. It's time to yield the ground, to yield the position to a younger person. Don't run.
Even Atiku?
Yes, play the father role. Find good younger person.
Do you think Atiku that you know will listen to that kind of advice?
I think so. To be honest with you, I think so.
Atiku
I don't think
always wanted to be president.
Well, you can, yes.
Bola Tinubu also wanted to be president.
Yeah, but I'm saying I'm advising them against what appears to be what they want. And I'm trying to point out to them. Actually, the truth about it is that if PDP were to field a younger person, more capable, somebody with less skeletons in their cupboard, somebody with less liabilities, age and health and everything, believe me, they will take APC to the cleaners. With all this bulging party bulging with the, people running away from prosecution, people looking for offices, the APC is growing with a lot of the wrong people. All these defections are informed by only one thing. They're looking for positions or they are running away from EFCC.
But the FCC chairman told us on this program yesterday that there's nothing like that, no political interferences.
Well, they're not exactly going to write him a letter of information. They won't write to him and say, dear chairman of the FCC, it may have come to your notice that I'm leaving my party PDP to join APC. Believe me, it's nothing to do with the file that is in front of you. I want to fix the country. They are not likely to tell him. I watched you and him yesterday. The question is not what the chairman of the FCC, he will do his job. Especially the chairman I now know. I know him very well. I think he's a good chap, a gentleman. They are not going to tell him. But I'm telling you, the people who are running into the APC from all over the place are actually a liability to the APC. It's just simply a refugee camp, political refugee camp, and it will burst.
Let me ask you,
what about other politicians?
Absolutely.
He's so right. I have said that before too. The only thing that will destroy APC is APC. My theory is that it won't blow up in 2027, which I may possibly be wrong. I'm not a Nostradamus and I'm not a seer. But my projection is that if Tinubu will rig 2027, damn the consequences. But by then, it will be like a scene where they try to ride a bicycle, right? To climb a hill. You know, when you start from the start, yeah. It will go first be like, then as you are advancing, you begin to, you may even move slowly to move standing, you know. Sorry, move standing. Yeah. The one when she standing, we have be 15. I don't know how strong you are. I joke about that, you go sit down again. That is what APC is. When PDP reached the heights of its power, they were so confident that they told the rest of the country that they will rule Nigeria for 50 years uninterrupted. Like, who go come challenge us? Who is going to challenge us? They won't control it. If we lose anything, it's because we wanted to lose. But when they were about to burst, it started within. And nobody could save them. Nobody. Not even common sense could save them. Until they tanked and lost power. So that's the same thing I am seeing for, and that was like, it all started from year 12. So by the time they are already closing the 16th year, they've lost power. APC, Egbekegbe is now on year 10, right? So they have 2 more years to kick off what is going to be their demise. But the demise of APC, Egbekegbe, is not going to be like that of PDP. Because when PDP had power, they tried so well, to keep the divisive lines that we call fault lines, tribal, ethnic, religious, all this stuff. PDP kept them away. They managed them so well that until Bukwari came and reminded all of us that we are not the same. We should stop deceiving ourselves. Oh, if there is anything, if there's any good thing at all done by Bukwari, it is that one. No, it was Bukwari that reminded all of us to stop lying to ourselves that we are one Nigeria. There is nothing called one Nigeria, but many Nigerias. It was Bukwari. And for Tinubu, the begotten Tinubu, he just rode on the back of tribalism, never seen before, on the back of religious supremacy and division, Muslim tickets. The consequences. So around that time, nobody was to pretend anymore, except some of the stupid ones who are still telling themselves, trying to be politically correct when we are talking about all of these vices. They're not hiding it, like, it is this tribe versus that tribe. It is that ethnic versus that ethnic. And all this being fueled by the same people who are promising you a better Nigeria. How do you have a better country where you have divided country? When your citizens are divided. And it is in their division. That is where your power lies. That's where you have managed to sustain your power. Keep them divided. So when APC go down, they will take Nigeria with them. And that is going to be in the next 6 years. Your last election is 2027 election. That will be your last one. But I want them to keep doubling down. I want them to keep believing that, you get, nothing will happen. They have the power. And of course, you see those ones who are running to them, it will be, it will become so knitted together, so kind of like, I have a word I used to use for that before bust. I can't remember it right now. So everybody is running into it to get a cover from the money stolen. You loot money from the people, impoverish them, run to APC, get a cover. The impoverished people, they are increasing out there, and you are getting the cover in APC so that you don't get prosecuted. And mind you, that you stole before you run to APC doesn't mean that you are going to stop stealing, or you're still going to keep stealing, which means you're still going to continue to impoverish the people, right? So that is where the bust is. APC will destroy APC and then take Nigeria with them. That's my own projection. And of course, they will make it happen because they always make it happen. They always make it easier for everyone. A country where they are more concerned about elections, they are more concerned about positions. Nobody gives a penny about the welfare of the same citizens that they are governing. Nigerians are paying ransoms to Fulani terrorists in their own land. And it is like it's normal. Just do whatever you can to make sure that you're not kidnapped. And if you are kidnapped, make sure somebody has the money to pay the ransom. This is what they are forced on Nigerians. The rest, go and find your level with me. In Delta State, right? Harrison put out a video. And this one is actually it's an heartbreaking one, sort of. In this hard time. Sell everything, sell your land, borrow money and all that to go and pay ransom to some ragtag Fulani terrorists. Not in Sokoto, not in Niger Republic, in Delta State. And they collected the money in Delta State as well. Sure. Harrison.
We were kidnapped since 1 week plus now. On Friday. This money were contributed to. Not that they have money, poor people, they were kidnapped. Look at it. This stuff here, 10 million naira cash with both food, rice, chicken, food, drinks, 50 black bullets. Look at them, food, jollof rice with chicken, talking.
10 plates of jollof rice.
Yeah, it's not this thing, this is cash. 1 week plus now, nothing. Some of these videos I dropped, there are other videos I cannot drop on the social media space. There are key strategic areas that we visit that I cannot post, you understand. But this is tell you the effort that we've put in. Not that we sit down in our houses and make noise. No. People who know me very well and who know people who move with us understand the risk that we take, just for the safety of our people. So we made several efforts, but because we don't have enough technology help, assistance, reason why we sometimes we think that we're not doing enough, because we're not getting that support from those who are supposed to, who are empowered to do this, to give to us. We're not getting support. All right. So this is Abavo that we wear at the night. This is Ute Okpo, in Car North East local government area. So these are some of the areas that we've visited. We traveled, trying to locate these guys to rescue our brothers. Although some of the movement failed. All right. Okay. Now, Ubuluku. We traveled from Ubuluku to Obio Akumazi. Obio Orolobo Akumazi Ubnede Utulupu Utokpu. Moved down to Abavo. We moved down to Abavo. Abavo, you drove down again to go into Mutu. Urorugbe. Yeah, this is the name. From Abavo down to this road, it's not motorable. It's not motorable. So this is the man that was kidnapped. This is the young man. After we paid 10 million naira. 10 million naira we paid. Look at him here. 2 weeks. Since before Easter they kidnapped them. Wow. This is the second. Four of them. 9 kidnapped now. So this is a Honorable Uche, councillor in what? It's everyday thing. And today, thank God, they are out from the kidnappers. Then, after paying 10 million naira and foodstuff worth 1 million naira, you know, both rice and other items which I cannot mention here that they collected before they released them. Don't mind the way I look, okay? It's normal. It's just work. Hey, bros, hello, bros. Today, something happened today. Our brothers, two of our brothers were kidnapped before Easter holiday, and they have been inside the bush for the past since on Friday before Easter, and the kidnappers were demanding for ransom from 5 million naira. They increase it to 10 million naira. So, and this person they kidnapped don't even have this money to pay. They don't have this money to pay. This person, the kidnappers refused to release our 2 brothers. We pleaded and pleaded, they refused. What do? Can't leave them in the hands of the kidnappers with the threat of killing them. Because the previous threat, they threatened us, they also killed. This is not the first killing, second killing, or the third killing. It has, you know, is repeated, you know, repeated kidnapping and killing within our place. So our community decided to contribute money. We started raising the money. This is it. Some raised 1,000, 2,000, millions of naira was contributed. About 10 million naira. They now asked us to even buy more items, which we bought. This is not the first, second, or the third. I have been reporting these cases on the media. Today, being the 1st of May, we gathered the money with what they requested, the food items they requested. We traveled from Ubuluku to Rorobe, I don't know what they call it, Edo State, not even Delta. So these guys trekked from Ubuluku, crossed Obio, crossed Akumazi, crossed Umunede, crossed Otolopo, crossed Ekukwagbo, crossed Abab, crossed how many communities they crossed with the leg? And they got to where they got to. They were the camp there. I want to go to that community today. They said that's the camp. And at that place where they go, now there, then that means they have been terrorized. They have been in that place. Everybody knows that these people, that place is where they stay. That's where they stay.
That's how obvious it can be. You know, people who have been kidnapped, either rescued or escaped. When I say paid ransom, many of them have come back to tell us who kidnapped them. Many others who have, many of their victims who have gone to pay ransom to them have noticed that the police checkpoint or military checkpoint is always very nearby to where the kidnappers will tell them to go and drop the ransom. And for the one you just heard now, the community knows that, you see that place, they are powerless, they could be killed anytime, but the authority, nobody gives a hoot. Just pay your ransom and go. And then you turn on, you know, when they kidnap you, you come back from paying 10 million naira, ransom, and then you come back in, turn on the TV, boom. Tinubu is on the TV saying security has improved now. It is safe now that people can travel to anywhere they want to. There is no, Nigeria is very safe now. And there you are like, do you know the kind of rage or anger that is going to build up in you? Reverend sisters who celebrated their birthday, right? Just a few days or so ago, were also kidnapped in Igboeze, Enugu. That one is in Enugu. Hang on. It's actually it's called Eburumiri, Ibagwa Aka town in Igboeze South in Enugu. Reverend sisters, those ones too have been they paid ransom, and they have been released on hot. Fulani terrorists. That is a common thing in Nigeria now. Once you start calling somebody, let me say, someone, maybe a family member, maybe a friend, they say, I'm going to Kogi, and I'm going by road. So the man you call them, and it says switched off. After a few hours, people don't even think people get accident and possibly they are involved in accidents anymore. The person that will come to you and say, hey, hello, Joe, I hope I want to be one. Then people will start saying, and then the next thing is you receive a call that says, hello, who is this? Hello, Mayegu. Yeah. Say, hello, Mayegu. This is any that is save me. I need 100 million. I say, 100 million bao. You know, what's it be any? It's a common thing in Nigeria now. And you know something? Many of the recent or the latest victims, many of them who survived, they all came out to say, if anybody had told them in a million years that they will be a victim of all of these things that they hear about all the time, they would never have imagined it. Here you get like, how come? You know, it's like me just go offline for maybe 3-4 days. And then day 5, I don't kneel down in front of Boko Haram. You see, if they talk about kidnapping, I don't expect somebody like Mayegun to end up in Borno. How did Mayegun should do Borno? I don't even understand. It's my eye paining me. You know, just imagine that. So that's exactly what it can be. Some of you, you don't even need to go to Borno anymore. Only Jimmy Bela Belkuta. My own, brother, a brother-in-law, was kidnapped at Ogiri. Ogiri is, that Ogetari. He was kidnapped there. And he spent 2 weeks with the kidnappers. And of course, they asked us for 50 million around until we paid them 3.5 million. But now, this was years ago. But now, Baba, you don't need to go to Kebbi or go to Sokoto or anywhere before you become the victim. Majority of those, they kidnapped Oja Joni. Oja Joni is the president of the Yoruba Afenifere Youth Wing. They kidnapped him. He didn't believe it. He couldn't be, and he was kidnapped where? In Ondo State. He was kidnapped in Ondo. Okay? So all of us, we are just fair game to these terrorists. They're just fair game. Not women, not children. None of them is spared.
A ranar muna barci da dare karfe 12 sai ga Fulani sun zo sun rufe mu suna kashe.
So what she said is they were sleeping in the night and Fulani herdsmen came in the night and were killing them and burning their houses.
How did she know it was Fulani herdsmen? Has she seen them before? Okay. How was she able to recognize them?
Wai ya kin san cewa Fulani ne?
Don sun zo suna ta yarensu, suna ta barazana, suna ta yarensu wai ina Allah mu ya soka ya cece mu, yau za su kashe mu, za su gama mu. Ranar sun kashe mu yayana guda 3 mai shekara 14 sun cire shi sun yanka shi a kofa, mai shekara 10 sun kone shi a daki, mai shekara 2 namiji sun kashe shi sun kone shi a daki. Sai ga mai gidana sun kashe shi. Ranar su yi mana kone-kone kawai suna ta magana yaren Fulani suna ce ina Allahnku, Allah ya soko ya cece ku yau za mu kashe ku suna ta magana.
What she said is that night they came and they were speaking their language, dialect, and after speaking their dialects they said, where is your God? They are going to kill you today, we are going to kill you today, we are going to burn your houses. They killed her 3 sons. One 14 years, one 10, and the last one is 2 years. While they killed her husband too, and they burned their houses, and that's why she's having this.
A lady from Benue, by the way, she's from Benue. She's one of the survivors of the recent attacks. The attacks by the Fulani terrorists on these Benue communities. She lost her three sons. Damn. And they, according to her, they were saying, where's your God now? Where's your deeds? Who will kill you, who will burn your houses? They killed her husband. They killed her 3 children. You heard that, right? That is the reality of our people now. Under this APC. Others, in order not to get killed, right? You may need to kind of stay far away wherever you see them or see their brethren, the cows, the Fulanis.
Upon all the crises they happen for those states, all these mal are not see the world, all these Fulani not the world. They see they carry cow, that's how people farm. Benin never started out now. I don't see all the shake. Now only Rumi don't do their own. If Benin join this thing now, the full Nigeria not get peace. See, now people find that this so. See me and the boss all over don't come outside. And people find that this so. They shop people crops. If we start now, if we use color solo this cow now, we kill the to win now. They'll say Benin don't start. You carry cow, that's how people farm. See you good leaf for there. See pineapple, everything did that farm. Water leaf did here. They shop everything. People don't come down. People don't come down from upstairs. Because all this car now, they must get like 1 or 2 done this morning before this Fulani will get sense.
For those who were lucky. Somebody said, oh, start your farm, fence your farm, fence it. You don't understand that if the cows strayed into your farm, you can say, oh, that's an accident. Oh, I'm so sorry, right? They intentionally graze their cows on your farm. It's all intentional. They will break the fence, send their cows into the compound, finish everything, leave the compound, because it is deliberate. They are there for two things. They are waging 2 wars on Nigerians. 2 wars. All right? Economic hunger war, as well as land expansionist or land grabbing war against the people. And none of this war, I mean, the people are not allowed to harm themselves, defend themselves in any of this war. The first war, which is economic war, is when the Fulani terrorists decided to, to attack the farms of the people and killed farmers, chase people away from their communities and destroy their farms, feed their cows with people's farm produce. And within a space of 10 years, Nigeria ran like speed, Usain Bolt speed. And that speed, Nigeria enter and run inside poverty. Speed. They succeeded. They have succeeded. Because all this destruction of farms, Baba, it is coordinated, it is intentional, and the effect, everybody is feeling it now. Less people are farming, less food for the people, expensive food, and, oh my God, the quality. What's the quality of the food that people are eating now? Oh dear. That's intentional. So the second war they are waging at the people is, after attacking communities, like, you had issue with farmers in the farm. Those farmers who confronted you and chased you away and your cows. Then you come back later. You say, oh, we are coming back to show you. Then the next thing, you came on your bikes with your AK-47 guns. And then you entered this community to kill everybody there, chase them away, send them to IDP camps in some places. After sending all of them away, these Fulani terrorists took over these communities. If they tell you some certain things, you will be like, that's not possible. How is that even possible? How did they allow that to happen? Who are the people who allowed this to happen? I'm like, Baba, me only explain here. If they explain Nigeria to you, Baba, honestly speaking, if they explain Nigeria to you and you are not crazy, like you are not like really angry, they're not explaining well, and deceive you. I'm telling you. Chase people away from their communities, take over the land. And there is government. There was supposed to be government in that country, right? So the government now came out and said, you know what, for peace to reign, we need to give them some land, okay? Let's give them some land, and then you can keep the rest and coexist together as one. I said, God, damn it, man. Damn. Nigerians are not lucky at all, unfortunately. And the man that warned us, the man that, sacrificed his life, his freedom, his happiness, his safety, his family's happiness, his family's well-being, his family's safety for a long time. He's been incarcerated and he's been persecuted simply because he warned us about these Fulani terrorists, that everything we are witnessing today, a guy warned us, a man warned us, is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Today is standing trial on a bogus fraudulent charges called terrorism. And what is his offense? His offense is to call the Ibas, Nigerians, call the attention to what was the then looming danger. Now he's here. Everybody's kind of like, it's claimed so many victims. Thousands of people have been slaughtered and killed with no consequences to the, God. So Nnamdi Kanu, who told us all of this, is locked up, and the terrorists that are killing Nigerians, slaughtering Nigerians, and hunting Nigerians like game. Because that's what it is like, Let's say I'm just like, let's say I am a Fulani hunter, So I can just carry my gun. Waka, 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 enter anywhere. You understand? Open fire. nothing is going to happen. Somebody is going to explain it away. Somebody's going to tell you why I did that. Because maybe I'm just angry that, okay, you know what? What do you want, Mr. Fulamayegu? Say, yeah, Nigerians are worthless in the hands of the terrorists who seem to, I don't even know, like, I won't say seem, terrorists who have the state's backing, and a man who has hurt no single fly is being tried for treason in a contraption like Nigeria. Today is day 2. Remember, the supposed trial of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu resumed there today, and it is still the prosecution, is that what you call it? Prosecuting council or prosecution council. Anyway, the prosecution, they brought another witness. Now, the witnesses they are bringing, it seems like we are seeing a pattern. And what was that? So it seems that they are trying to like establish jurisdiction to make it look like Nnamdi Kanu and all his broadcasts exposing the criminals in Nigeria and the rest of that, which were majorly heard in London, evidently. And one of the reasons why, you know, they can't try Nnamdi Kanu in Nigeria, because if you say he committed anything, then it has to be probably bring the charges against him in London. So now what they are trying to build now is that they found this equipment, broadcasting equipment, and all of that stuff we listed the other day. So the effort is to try to make it look like, oh, he was actually broadcasting from Nigeria. Unfortunately for them, right? I don't know the script, I don't know the script they are acting yet, but it seems like the current guy handling the case want to be a little bit different so far. So the first thing he did the last time, by the way, was to order the release of all the personal effects, personal belongings of Nnamdi Kanu that they confiscated from his hotel room that 10 years ago. Yeah, his personal briefs, belt, shorts, aftershave, perfumes, you know, that stuff that they got from him, including some broadcasting equipment they found on him as well, you know, tablet, iPad, this, you know. They said they should release everything back to him because they are not. They don't look like the tools of terrorism. That's what they said. That's what the guy said. So meaning, whatever it is that they are cooking is not cooking. So today, right? So the legal team of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have told us now that they will not be like speaking too much about the happenings within the, you know, within the trial anyway. But this morning, for the glimpse of Oyendo himself, right? He was in court. He was.
Hello, Chima. Good to see you. Good to see you, sir. Okay. Good to see you.
Okay.
But we can all put what do you call it, our hands together for those who were inside the court and they transcribed the exchanges, especially the cross-examination of the supposed DSS witness by Kanu Agabi, the senior lawyer, or this senior lawyer in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's team. So they currently have about 6 senior lawyers, SAN they call them. I call the SAN Senior Advocate of New Science, but well, these ones are on our side, so we can give them a pass and call them SANs. All right. So Agabi was cross-examining, is that what is called? Cross-examination. Cross-examining the supposed witness, the second witness presented. And again, we give credit to Somto Okonkwo. He is well known as General Somto, a very, very strong patriotic Biafran, by the way. So here is what the cross-examination was like. Okay, so I'll read that out. And I can kind of like act it out enough, like play it so that you give it a life of its own. We can do that now, Abi. Okay. So here, they said, the defense team of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which is led by Kanu Agabi, SAN, so started the cross-examination of this new witness presented by Nigeria against Nnamdi Kanu. So Agabi said, did you take my client's statement with or without his lawyer? The witness responded, his statement was taken without his lawyer. Agabi, from the video evidence, were you the person interrogating him? Witness, I was among. Agabi, did you appear in the video? Witness, no. Agabi, what was your assessment specifically? Witness, to arrest Nnamdi Kanu and bring him to Abuja and interview him. Agabi, apart from the defendants, did you obtain statement from others? So the witness says, personally, no. Agabi, at the time of arrest, you withdrew from him all the items presented in court. Witness, yes. Were those all his personal properties? Yes. Witness. Agabi, are there other items that haven't been presented, items considered offensive? Witness, my lord, the items might not be offensive, but the action behind it. Agabi, no. Answer me correctly. Did you analyze the items? Witness, my task wasn't to analyze the items. Agabi, so you didn't analyze it. Witness, I didn't, except his phone. Agabi, is the phone analysis in evidence? Witness, stutters, because it was considered immaterial. Agabi, do you agree most of the items have lost their use? Because it's over 10 years. Witness, yes. Agabi, in 10 years since you first arrested him, have you seen anyone who claims he committed a crime? Witness, I didn't. Agabi, you said you found him with someone. Did you find anything incriminating on the person? Witness, no. Agabi, did you confirm the person as a facilitator of terrorism? Witness, no. Agabi, did you find any instrument of violence on my defendant? Witness, none. Agabi, did you contact any of the persons the defendant named in his statement as working with him? Witness, he didn't name anybody. Agabi, is the only one statement that was obtained from him? Witness, in Lagos, yes, but in Abuja, other statements were obtained. Agabi, apart from the defendant, is there any other person standing trial with him? Witness, I don't know. Agabi, I put it to you that in the entire nation, this defendant is the only person standing trial for the agitation of Biafra. Witness, I didn't have information to that. All I know is I did the arrest in Lagos. Agabi, from your knowledge, the agitation does not have any other person apart from the defendant. Witness, certainly not correct. Agabi, so who are the rest? Witness, from the news on social media, I know Simon Ekpa. Witness, so because of what you read, Agabi, so because of what you read from social media, you want my defendant to be sentenced to death? Witness, I have said what I know. Simon Ekpa is working with him. Agabi, is the Simon Ekpa standing trial with my defendant? Witness, I know he was arrested. Agabi, but is it standing trial with my client, with my defendant? Witness, I don't know. Agabi, we are keeping count of your I don't know. Just so you know that we are counting, though. I don't know if some of you are counting too. I have counted at least 7 I don't knows. All right? Now, the cross-examination continued. Agabi, do you say IPOB was prescribed? Witness, yes. Agabi, who were the parties to the action in which IPOB was prescribed? Witness, the federal government. Agabi, do you know if the application was ex parte? Witness, no. Agabi, since the prescription of IPOB, do you know any IPOB member that has been prosecuted? Witness, no. Agabi, do you know any IPOB member? Witness, no, but I have seen him during broadcast issuing directives to IPOB members. Agabi, have you seen any IPOB member being prosecuted? Witness, no. Agabi, is it a crime to propagate ideologies? Witness, no. Agabi, which are the states to which IPOB message is directed to? Witness, majorly southeast and south states. Agabi, name them. Witness. He named the southeastern states. Agabi. These states have lawmakers, governors, etc., being represented nationally. Witness. Yes. Agabi. And they are constitutionally established. Witness. Yes. Agabi. These states have the security personnel and they receive federal allocation. Witness. Yes. Agabi. Every Nigerian lives in all the states you mentioned. Witness. Yes. Agabi. So does it mean the people of these states you mentioned don't carry out their supposed leaders' orders? Witness. There are people in that state who carry out his instructions. Agabi. Do you have evidences? Witness. No. Agabi. Are you aware even the court apologized to my defendant for some of the wrongs done to him? Witness. I wasn't in court that day. Agabi. Are you aware the people of the Southeast are in the DSS, Air Force, military, etc.? Witness. I'm aware. Agabi. A former Inspector General of the Police and others are from the Southeast. Witness. Yes. Agabi. In line with all these offices mentioned, nobody from that region is guilty of the accusations you made against them. Agabi, we have mentioned states where there is unrest and the Southeast isn't part of them. Witness. We have videos where miscreants commit atrocities and mention Nnamdi Kanu as their leader and they send them to do it. Agabi, do you have evidence to that? Witness. Personally, no, but the service has. So these were the exchanges between the lead defense counsel, Kanu Agabi, questioning the witness presented by the DSS, and from the exchanges, a lot of you probably sat there like, oh, okay, this is making some sense now. It is all trumped up. And if they allow any fair trial at all, right, like he did in the past, he will trash them in their own courts. The problem is, will they obey their courts when their court finally ruled that they are indeed punishing an innocent man unjustly? And it would go, it will not go unnoticed. Put it that way. Today is day 2. So like I said, we don't know what this guy's game is, the new judge, but he has kind of like directed the DSS to present all their witnesses and the cross-examination, or everything. He wants everything done. And by the 8th of May, I think he's planning to wrap it up. So I'll bring you more the next time. General Somto, thank you very much for that, for that transcript. I bet some of you enjoyed it, right? It was like you are seated there in the court when this, yeah? Bless you. So we insist, free Nnamdi Kanu. He has done nothing wrong, all right? He has done nothing wrong. But yeah, if they will allow, if they allow a fair trial that way, which we don't possibly expect. But yeah, let's go to something else. Rufai was in Abia. I don't know if he's still there or he's left, but he was in Abia State yesterday. Abba met with Alex Otti, and they had discussion about so many things. So I picked 2. The first one is about, just to keep it in the diary, right, like the record. So he said it with his mouth. He is not joining them in APC. According to him, he is even closer to Tinubu than some of the people who are pretending to be closer to Tinubu. And I think I have an idea why. Alex Otti was a banker. I think he was a bank director or something. Fidelity, or what's that bank again? Yeah? So, and then according to him, it will be too early to judge Tinubu now. He is not moving. He said his own Labour Party is fine, right? Then he says something about his predecessor who commissioned an uncompleted government house as completed, meaning they spend the money they claim to budget innovation or the building of government house, swallowed it, and then celebrated the uncompleted projects. So Rufai went in there, gave us a bit of a coverage of that. But first, their conversation, the two of them.
The OT is not decamping, and my party is not on shaky ground.
Why?
I've told you this.
The arguments of other politicians.
So this story, listen.
They say lone man. You can't be. You want to be close to the center.
Don't worry. I'm being close to the center. I'm even closer to the center than some of them.
But you're not in APC. You can't be as closer than Delta.
Everybody must not be in APC. This is democracy. And President Bola Ahmed Tinubu held on to his AD, AC, ACN before becoming APC. If he was, then he wouldn't be president today. Sometimes you have to also stand for something.
Will you ever leave Labour?
I am not God. So,
well, so
I cannot say if there's no Labour tomorrow. So you have already predicted them for the
so
party.
You might leave. That's what I say.
I was elsewhere before.
You know because some people swore that they were never going to leave APGA, but they left APGA.
Who did?
I mean, people move around political parties a lot.
Yeah, of course.
So are you going to say you are never going to leave?
Let me tell you. I was in PDP.
Okay.
And then from PDP, I went to APGA.
So you've been moving around
from
a lot.
APGA, I went to APC. I've been in APC.
So you've moved around a lot.
So
that means you might
that's not the issue.
You might just continue in that line.
That is not the issue.
You might go back home.
That is not the issue. The issue is that the party that brought me to power is Labour. Okay? And today we have fought and retrieved Labour. So, and I said I will send you the Supreme Court judgment. So when you finish reading it, you will know that Abure is just masturbating.
Really?
Yes, it's not. He's out. There is. So you can declare yourself. You can declare yourself the president of Nigeria today. You can.
That means,
does that mean Rufai is now the president?
No, but that means his masturbations are of epic proportion because his masturbations are causing gyrations in the Labour Party as we speak. Ask you this: has President Tinubu done well economically?
Okay, so this is one question I may not be able to answer. Why?
Why?
Because I have access to him. So I can always discuss with him. So it would be unfair for me to come in front of the cameras and be assessing him. And today is just 23 months into the administration. It's still early days.
Did you call President Tinubu and told him it was unfair when he declared a state of emergency in Rivers?
No, I don't. You are also going to an area that I said I will not discuss. And that area is, I won't discuss.
But it's not fair.
I won't discuss.
Okay.
Listen so that you hear me. I won't discuss people. I won't discuss other states. I won't discuss the federal government.
Do you also share that private opinion when you see an uptick in inflation despite, I mean, I was just at the IMF spring meetings and the numbers were not good. An uptick in inflation despite rebasing.
Despite what?
The fact that we rebased, the inflation calculation parameters.
Yes.
And there's an uptick in 24%. The numbers are gloomy. They're saying over a couple of years, inflation might go up 37%. And you guys sit in the economic meeting with the president. Do you ever get to tell him and say, Mr. President, we're sinking, we're going under?
Did you start sinking today? You didn't start sinking today.
So
you have been sinking.
So is it not worth
and
telling
living
him?
in denial.
So is it not worth telling him?
No. I mean, when we go for meetings.
Living in denial. So you support the subsidy removal, right?
Of course.
You support the flotation of the naira.
Subsidy removal was long overdue. And what was happening? What was happening is that big men like you and I, we are the ones.
Your Excellency, I'm not a big man.
You're a big man. You live in VI. For you to live in VI, you're a big man.
So
in fact, I'm even afraid of you. When I heard that you live in VI, I said, in Lagos, I used to stay in Lekki. I couldn't afford VI.
At least you know. I don't own a home.
Well, we have to find out whether you own. Even be a tenant, to have mind to be a tenant in VI, that means that you are such a big man.
I will tell us, Excellency.
So, no, but the point is this.
Yes.
there are a lot of things that we should have done. My interventions in this day. I'd written extensively about this subsidy. So it was a scam. We just needed to do something
also
about
floating the naira?
Sorry?
Also floating the naira too?
Floating the naira, I had also written about it. But you see, I think what happened was that the two things happened about the same time.
Which was not a good one.
But then, over time, I believe that this economy, if we keep at it, the economy would rebound. Oh, now, are you surprised that inflation at 24%? What's the interest rate?
Well, it's super high. Going up to 30%.
Yeah, so it goes with interest rate. So if it keeps chasing you, no matter how much you rebase. So that's what it is.
But it's not cheap on people. The fact that the naira is not worth anything.
Very unfortunate.
And you feel that in your state. Do you tell that to the
No,
president?
it's very unfortunate.
But see,
some of the sacrifices must be made. If you don't make them today, you make them tomorrow. Or the economy will go up in flames.
But Mr. Governor, saying it's very unfortunate does not put food on the table of a hungry person. And people will die of hunger. And people are dying.
And saying it is fortunate will also not put food on the table. So you need to do something about it. We're just talking. We need to do something about it.
So what are you doing?
So one of the things that we are doing is to ensure that we create an environment where productivity will happen. Part of the problem with the exchange rate is because we are not producing much. It's because we are not exporting anything other than oil. It's because we are importing everything from the profane to the profound. We import toothpicks. We import bottled water. Should we be doing that? So that puts a lot of pressure on the foreign exchange market. And
I like him. You know me, if I like people, if I like somebody, I tend to be a little bit protective of them, all right? He's very dishonest in that interview. In that part that I shared with you is very dishonest. The same talking point. The same talking point they seem to all have learned since this madness started. Oh, we needed to cut, we needed to stop subsidy. We needed to float the naira. It's just that we needed to make those decisions. If we don't make them today, we'll make them tomorrow. We make them this or that. That's some bollock, nonsense talk. If you think through any policy at all, yeah, you have to like think the short term, the mid term, the long term, and all of that stuff. So, and if the what do you call it? The supposed the feedback you get from it says this is absolute trash, right? Then you don't go full throttle on it, do you? Or they keep telling the people on one hand, they are telling the people that, oh, we needed to do this. It's not as if to say, oh, fine. Finally, Nigeria is not importing fuel anymore because the money they are paying the importers, they've used it to fix their refineries, and the refineries is now working. Nigeria doesn't import anymore. So now Nigeria Naira will be stronger. He is a banker. He should know that, or he is a very dishonest person simply because, of course, he is Tinubu's friend. They might be in a different party, but they are friends, of course. I'm not saying they should be enemy, but at least be honest. So they don't want to talk about Tinubu because he did not want to offend him, get into his bad book, and he wouldn't want to be called, he wouldn't want to be called the marketing Nigeria, I believe. But he's so dishonest. So dishonest. So then he said something about the government house built by his predecessor. That one I want to show you.
Government house, and I was just, because part of the things we saw was the opposition saying that the governor, Alex Oti, was staying in Isia Langwa when they given him a government house. You work for the government in what capacity, and you've been taking us on a tour, which we had all the footage of. What did you see when the handover happened?
Well, thank you so much, Rufai. I'm the Chief of Staff to the Governor.
Okay.
I happen to have been among those that they handed over to. So when we came in here, we discovered that The only thing that was completed and somehow furnished was just the basement, the ground floor. So we said, okay, before we sign off that the entire building is completed, let's undertake a tour of the facility and also take an inventory. They said no, that since we are a new government coming in, we should take our time, that they just want to tidy up since their tenure was over in order to, continue, that we could take another day to come around. So they introduced us to the contractor. So when we moved around, the contractor, they appointed the contractor, So when we moved around, we were shocked, just like you have also seen that apart from the basement, nothing had been, done that can really create that conducive and comfortable atmosphere for the governor of a state to come in here. And when we asked the contractor, he said, well, that he's also being owed.
How much was
it? Owed close to 500 million. And it's like we're coming to a state that virtually all the facilities, the infrastructure, the school, the hospital, everything was decrepit. So why would a reasonable governor spend that kind of amount to start fixing up where he's going to stay? So the logical thing is, since I have, that's what His Excellency was saying, the governor, Dr. Alex Otti, since I have a place at least God has blessed me with, I could stay, and seeing the enormity, of the challenges of the state and the kind of, infrastructural decay all across the state, the best is for me to stay in my own house and use those resources in order to take care of the very deplorable state of infrastructure, roads, hospitals, schools, and all of that.
So when will this be completed? Because we saw some factions. So for this room, for instance, I can see there's a split in the wall. What was supposed to be here, and I can see some AC pipes left undone. So when is this going to be complete? This is just one of the rooms. And
first and foremost,
they stole the generator.
First and foremost, before we even get to the point of completion, because you see, prioritization is one key hallmark of this administration. You will see for yourself that the people that claim that they built, a very, very comfortable state house for His Excellency, you can see for yourself that you cannot see anything like that. Now, when we also asked the contractor they engaged, how much do you think it will cost to put this up? That was in 2023. It was put at over 800 million. You can now factor in the current situation, the cost. That will be, in the range of over $1 billion, So, again, when you have a whole lot of infrastructural decay staring you in the face, you wouldn't think that it's a priority now to start fixing a place where His Excellency and his family will be staying. So the logical thing is the old government house is still there. Now, if you look at even this place, you look at the security issue. This is in a hilly place surrounded by roads, access roads, which are, public roads. So you can't even, if they had taken certain things into consideration, they wouldn't have even thought of coming here to build a government house. So His Excellency has already commissioned a contractor to be able to fix the old government house. And so that is the position.
So this one will be abandoned?
Well, it will not be abandoned. That's why this is a very responsible government. Also, a committee has been set up in order to repurpose this place. And there are a number of investors that will come around to see how this place
So Governor Otti will not come here?
Of course, he's not looking at coming here. He's looking at making the most in terms of resource management to make sure that whatever facilities are left in the old
house. And I was just because
Ikpeazu, PDP, they did you dirty in Abia State, no joke. But here is something I found in Soludom's Anambra. You know me, yeah? I don't like Soludom. I used to like him. I don't like him anymore. However, that won't make me see what he's doing right and ignore it, even if it's that little. I've reported to you is, you remember that time when I shared a video of Soludom's roundabout in Anambra, that funny roundabout? Yeah? He's just delivered a 10.5 kilometer route to this community, and I think I should share it with you.
Uza Soludo, yeah, or I can look because I put on I Uza. Utigi, Uza, Melody campaign, and that's Naya, it's just Naya, with the Pomorian. But this governor, a strong governor, Soludo, a Rosa, it wastes no time. Yeah, what I now look like now, look what you do.
So, Soludo now, so in fact, this is Soludo Bana, even in Jerica. I am the old Romo Jinaga. Even in honor and Florida. And every DJ, side the I can go there about Maka. Now, everybody now, I put everybody now, land about home and everybody now because I'm a transporter. So now, when I see Chile goes in, or Chiramagachi, we don't have Chiramagachi, we don't have. All about you, Soludo, I but I get ready to go very work, even the man wear better, and even the man with the guy in Jaya, so I cannot be so rude to get you or Chichanya to pause on my own Chichanya. I didn't wait to Sarumo before to get off, but I guess I was only there. So everybody was salad. Yachero, much in the cover.
Nigeria, there are many run. You see about I so get where better for every other car to buy. One man for to buy. Adam was Yaku. What did you know? You are the president. What are you in Nigeria?
To buy Taiwan.
Uza Soludo.
And from that, we will now go to Lagos. Okay, let's go to Lagos. How many of you remember Bamishe? Yeah, Bamishe was that lady that boarded BRT bus at night. And then she ended up being the only one on that bus with the bus driver. So that was the last time Bamishe was seen. But thanks to the CCTV, because when Bamishe's body was found a day or two later, far away from our roots, our family kind of like a cry foul play. The social media was already agog. But fair enough, the Lagos state government kind of like sprung into action enough that they produced the CCTV from the bus. And, you know, the CCTV revealed the graphic, sort of like the graphic of the last hour or the last minute of Bamishe alive, where she was violently, sexually harassed or assaulted, and indeed strangulated and murdered. So today, an Ikeja High Court, right, sentenced Omoni Koron, that's his name. They call him Dave Nice or something like that. I think they call him something Dave Nice or Mr. Nice. That's the name of that driver. He raped Bamishe, then strangulated her. He didn't stop there. Took her body in that same bus, drove it into a secluded location to dispose it off until he was caught by that CCTV. So today, like I said, he has now been sentenced to death by hanging.
Justice has been served.
So, sir, let me talk to you finally. I'm from the BBC. Let me hold this thing, just hold it. So, talk to me. Tell me what's going on.
Can I introduce myself?
Yes, go ahead, please.
I am the Lagos State Chairman, Committee for the Defense of Human Rights, CDHR.
Yes.
We have been at the forefront of getting justice for Bamishe, and today judgment was given. But we are saying that judgment was given, but there is not yet justice. Because we are saying that there were some other people in the BLT bus when she was murdered. Who are they that should be identified, known and brought to justice?
How do you feel about this judgment today first?
Okay, the judgment is fair. The judgment has been fair. The judgment has been fair. But the justice is what we are still expecting. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's talk to Bamishe's family. How far now? So what do they feel about today?
Today was so cool. Everywhere was cool. Based on we are still expecting what we are expecting justice.
I hope and I pray that she gets it. You know, it's such a very rare thing that people actually really go down for their crime, especially the crime, you know, this heinous crime of this nature. Yesterday, they held a tribute night for Pa Ayo Adebanjo. And it was the moment where his fellow comrades, when he was alive, and those ones who were like, you know, the younger titans also, who have experience of working with him in the struggle for democracy in Nigeria. As everyone was reeling out everything, all this good stuff about Ayo Adebanjo. Obi was there too. There he was. And here is what he told the audience. Still talking about the poor and the poor Nigeria. Obi.
Your Excellencies, and I have read fathers, brothers, and sisters, and leaders of our ethnic minorities. Let me stand on other existing protocols Mine is a very short one.
Oh, sorry.
Start to the family, because I'm a member of the family. I say to you, our father lived well. I'm sure everybody here who have listened wish we can be celebrated like this. We're here to honor a man who lived a life of courage, a life of service, truth, integrity, and commitment. When I looked at his life, I remember Albert Einstein's position. Don't live a life of success. Live a life of value. Papa lived a life of value. For those of us, I'm in this my journey of contesting election. But I can tell you, till the last minute, Papa will always say to you, come, what is your position on this? And I say, Papa, this is ABC. No, I want you to explain it very well. How is it going to affect the people of Nigeria? Here in detail for the poor. Doesn't matter whether you want to do it in the north, in the east, or west. How is it going to affect the people? I recall when people were saying my manifesto is being delayed. Where is the manifesto? Where is the manifesto? And he called Pastor Tommy, and Pastor Tommy said, Peter is the one delaying it. Every day, he knows, every day we're arguing. Peter will say, no, don't put this. He called me and said, you are the one delaying it right there. I said, Papa, everything they write here, somebody have to implement it. So I want to be sure it's what I'm going to implement. Otherwise, when they go, everybody will say, this is your manifesto. This is your manifesto. He said, I agree with you. I said, because you have to implement it. This is not a piece of paper. Somebody has to implement it. And Papa, the one I went before in Anambra, what I said I did. Even when it caused strife, some for 1 year, some for more than that, and I did it. So I want them to write what he said, I agree with you. But he went down to every detail, which is what is lacking. So I'm sure, like the prayers and the last speakers have said, wherever they are, Nigeria will be better. There's great people in Nigeria. Today I was discussing with my brother and I said, when I watch the greed in this country, I say greed must have limits, or people are sick. Why will anybody at our stage looking for money again? What is it going to use it to do? To do what? To buy new house, or buy new car, buy new what? Are you going to marry a new wife? Even more troublesome. Some women, because when you have 3 or 4, the trouble increases. For you, you have to show love. Can you show love to 3, 4, 5 people at a time? I don't know. For those who do it, I wish them well. So for me, Papa lived a great life. Let's continue to celebrate him. Let's not stop here. To the families, you have a job. To all of us, the only lasting legacy, the way we keep his legacy, is that we continue to do those things he lived and died for. And that is fairness, equity, doing the right thing, caring for the poor in our midst. May God Almighty, who called him from, grant him eternal rest in his kingdom.
So that's Sefopa Ayo Adebanjo. Then he went on to a place, to another barrier in Imo State. I forgot the guy's name, right? But then this happened in that community when Obi got there. Now you know why the Ronukus are obsessed. You know what I mean? This guy was supposed to go away. Eh? 2023, that's like over 2 years ago. In the traditional way of Nigeria politics, Obi suppose don't go away. But with his Gen Z, our Gen Z, the baddies, Gen Z baddies, and the rest of them. Gen Z, as his base, Baba, it will remain a threat to the establishment. And you see, the threat is not that Obi can possibly defeat them with his base. That's not what they are worried about. What they are worried about is that if for some reason Obi decided to be disobedient, for example, right, the regal of now for 2027, and then Obi decided to lose the chain. Because at least you saw that, right? That's exactly what he is. Like, his supporters, his support base are like, they are just like that, organic. You want to see them, or you will see them. So if the establishment feels like, oh yeah, who the hell is he? No, it's not Obi that they are afraid of. It is those, it's all of Una obedient, because if Obi should lose control of Una, and you decided to take back your pound of flesh, there will be no single Ronukus that will stay, because Ronukus won't die for anybody. Ronukus are just ordinary sewage dwellers, all these, all these cretins. They have price. Unfortunately, sometimes a loaf of bread is enough for a Ronuku to make mouth and make you feel like he loves you so much. Baba, anybody that comes, I'm a shiny body, pani, Baba. Anybody that challenge you, Baba, now because you give them money. If you don't give them money, if you are passing, if they say, Amayegun, Ogbeni, Taloro, Yala, Yamayegun, she Mayegun bomb, Talon Jemayegun, she, Minjem Labe, they feed me. Ogbeni, may go to a jari. Ronukus are not loyal. These are a bunch of hungry low lives. They have no loyalty, they have no patriotism. That is why it is easier. Once you give them money or you promise them one, it will be easier for them. I mean, that's why it's easier to actually have them push agendas, even the agenda that is detrimental to them, agenda that destroys them. They will still push it with a promise. After all, Ekiti people voted for APC on credit. I've never seen anything like that in my life. They've told them that go and vote, we'll pay you later. Till today, they don't pay them shishi. That's why that, in 2023, right? They had to declare Ekiti first. Ekiti people, sorry. God no allow them, made them kill you. That happened though. So Ronukus are not patriotics. You see all this obedience, who nobody gives a shishi, right? The ones you probably feel like they are coward this or that because they did not shut down Nigeria in 2023. So me, I am personally kind of like rooting for them though, okay? So the establishment is not afraid of Obi. The establishment knows the true base of Obi. They have the record. Obedient will tell you that they had more than 12 million, I mean, more than 15 million votes last time, even though they allocated the 6 point something million to Obi. It was allocated to, that's not Obi's vote. So to them, they are more than 20 million and they are ready to take on the establishment. Now, here is the point, here is the problem. Everybody will say, oh, they are just typical Nigerians. They are not, they are coward, they are this or that. But you see that number, it is contagious. When you see them, I don't know how many of you who can still remember those their rallies back there, right? It was so contagious, right? That I wish they took it upon the establishment and shut the entire country down there. But Obi was telling them he was going to court. So that sort of like softened the whole thing for Tinubu. Now imagine if Obi who said they can't rig any election again and they won't let it happen again in his mind. Now they now rig them. And then all this base, they push them out, Baba. That is what they are afraid of. That is why the Ronokus are obsessed. Obi won't go away. Most of the people in the past, once election is over like that, is either they are going to go and join the ruling party or collect appointment or just go away. This guy know they go anywhere. He is not. Oh, hang on, there is a clip. There is a clip that Fayoshe was like, you see this Obi, this Peter Obi, this Peter Obi.
I would disagree with my predecessor that the civil servants are lazy and they are not doing their work. I would disagree with that they are not telling the executive what they want to hear. We make them to be like that. Because what we put in, the civil servants are like any other system. Since Anambra State was created, and I want to use that word, when I use it with emphasis. How many of the civil servants have been to training? Where did they train them? And we want them to produce magic. I sent 14 permanent secretaries to the UK recently. They have to be trained. They have to know this. I do read facts. If anybody can challenge that, people read facts. When I say it was not there, it was not there, and I want to be challenged to do that. If I said there was no secretary, there was no secretary, but there was none. I laid the foundation. That is the statement of fact. Yes, even if I have done the drawings, the design might have been produced by my redesigned by my predecessor, but there was no secretary.
That was him about 13, 14 years ago as their governor. So, Paul Leshe said,
excuse me, sir. This Peter Obi, I've told you, this Peter Obi, anybody who becomes president of Nigeria and does not give a right of place, I'm not saying an appointment, for Peter Obi, Peter Obi will remove that person from office in another election. Mark my words.
So are you saying this same wave?
This same wave will not stop.
Be repeated.
This same wave, this Peter Obi, the people supporting him, the Peter Obi that I know, after this general election, they will continue.
Even though the next cycle of elections is in 4 years.
I'm telling you, those guys, excuse me.
He's the only guy among them that understands this. Some of you watching this video, you do underrate those obedience because, I mean, it's convenient. Number one, maybe you don't like Obi. Number two, maybe because you feel like, what's the point in saving Nigeria when they know they can't save Nigeria? Let's just break it up. It doesn't matter, right? But you do underrate them. You have no idea. They traumatized. They bullied the system. They were bullish. The entire system, Baba, they made mistake. People when they rig elections, steady. They made mistake. They were confused. They rig everywhere, had number. They forgot Abuja. They forgot. I mean, it was confused. Baba, till today, they are the reason why Tinubu no get legitimacy. They are the reason. And Faoleshe was right. You may try to downplay them. You may want to try to like, badmouth them because you don't like them. Don't worry. People will know them. If Tinubu is your president today, do you really think this is the kind of presidency Tinubu wanted? Being despised, like Omo, it's like the accounting days for him. Every day is digging his own grave. You don't understand, like the fear of what's going to happen. Even though you may be grandstanding and pretend that everything is like under control. Everything is not under control. It's under control, and they are all saying that they are just waiting to get the go. I mean, for Obi to blow the whistle. When I go here, I will be here. I shall be here. You, the obedient, right? You always get a very good kind of like sort of coverage from me because I see you as the albatross. I see you as the akama. I see you as the nemesis. I see you as the launch pad for what is still to change our destiny. They will need to offend you. They will need to undermine you. They will need to underrate you. They will need to dare you. And then your number, right? those who are laughing, those who are... Hey, hang on, why is that? I'm sorry, oh. It's like my system is acting up like that. Why is that? Come on. That's terrible. Anyway, Fubara is back to Nigeria, though. But before I go to that Fubara, here is what the supposed president of African Development Bank. His name is Remi Ahmed Tinubu. He's a former agriculture minister in Nigeria. And he just released some op-ed, what do you call it? Just released some article. So, in fact, he was talking about the situation of Nigeria. Do you know that Nigeria GDP has crashed, and is now worse than what it was in 1960? In fact, 1960 was better. GDP per capita. So it says here that an average Nigerian now kind of like earn $824 as GDP per capita. In 2015, Nigeria GDP per capita was somewhere around £2,800. $800. In 1960, it was $1,860. Today, it is 824. Our people are living in poverty, abject poverty, and no thanks to the APC. So according to Akinwumi Adesina, the highlight, says concerns over Nigeria's economic trajectory, revealing that the country's GDP per capita has dropped to $824, far below the $1,847 recorded in 1960, the year of its independence. So when Nigeria got independence, your GDP per capita actually was promising, meaning people then had the prospect to not live in poverty. Unfortunately, children that are being born today, generations that are born in the last, in the last decade, they are all born into poverty. Only a handful of them, right? Only a handful of them won't experience poverty. And according to Akinwumi Adesina, if nothing changes, our destiny, that's what he says. He said, this underdevelopment shouldn't really be our people's destiny. Every decade, they make projections, they make all these false projections about you, then you watch them blow it.
A lack of electricity is killing Nigerian industries. Something Chief Odutola was concerned about way back in 1971. According to the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, industry spent $93.1 billion, I must say, on alternative energy in 2018. That is 47 years after Chief Odutola. Today, no business can survive in Nigeria without generators. Consequently, the abnormal has become normal. Unless Nigeria decisively tackles its electricity, energy deficiency, and reliability, its industries will always remain uncompetitive.
So I don't know if that one, the activating, I've been at the marketing. I don't know which of the D it's going to be like. I'm yet to hear back from the Rumours. Or maybe because it's not a Peter Obido, so you never hear anything back from them. Riverians, your Fubara is back. I don't know where he's coming from, but his own people just posted a video to say he's been away for 2 weeks and he's now back. He went abroad, he said. Here it is. All right. And Kolu is in Katsina, by the way. They say he's there for 2 days visit. Just in case if you have missed his face. I know you haven't or you don't. But for those who probably have. Yeah.
Move back. Thank you. So like others behind you will get
That was called. And I think on that note, we can bring this to a close. Thank you very much, everyone, again, for your time. And I'm going to see you again next time. Okay, so thank you again. And please like the broadcast if you haven't already, right? Like it, share it, subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And if you have done all of that, well, fair enough, or should I say safe enough for us to say good night, okay? Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day or your evening, even your night. Good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary Ayíbi #1.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary Ayíbi #1.
Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú.
Mayegun Diary Ayíbi #1.
Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube.
Mayegun Diary Ayíbi #1.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí.
Mayegun Diary Ayíbi #1.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun Diary Ayíbi #1.
Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí.
Mayegun Diary Ayíbi #1.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun Diary Ayíbi #1.
Mayegun Diary politico.
Mayegun Diary Ayíbi #1.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun.
Mayegun Diary Ayíbi #1.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
òdòdó Mayegun diary na it be number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bọ́ba bá gbé wúrẹ́.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Presido bá rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Òkúra olóṣèlú.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Mayegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lérí bóníṣègùn lé káwọ́ mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀gọ̀lọ́mọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ̀lú ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.